Do you ever get tired of your average day-to-day existence? Well, I sure do. Well, I should say I did, but then I decided to do something about it. You see, conventional wisdom says that you live your life, and then when you get older, your parents die, and you get what they have left, in inheritance. Well, I'm sorry, but that's just not enough for me. I mean, come on, give me the money now so I can really enjoy it. So here's what I decided to do. I walked right up to my father, and I said,
Dad, I want what's coming to me right now. That's what my younger son said to me. Right about then I was thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to give you what's coming to you. Who does he think he is demanding things from me? I brought him into this world and I can take him out of it. And make another one just like him. But he's my son and I love him. So as much as it pained me, I decided to give him what he wanted and send him out to find a better life for himself. Shortly after that, he packed his bags, and the next thing I knew,
I was out of there. Kissed that boring place goodbye. There was just a whole world just waiting for me to discover it. So the first thing I did was...
He got lost. Okay, listen, I love him, but he's no Magellan. In fact, I heard he had to stop for directions 4 times before he even made it out of our hometown.
That's not true, all right? It was 3 times. And one of those doesn't even count because I couldn't understand what that guy was saying. Or I just nodded my head and left. Anyways, the only reason that I wasn't good at directions is because someone never took the time to teach me.
Don't go there.
Whatever. Besides that, I actually did find my way out of there after a while, and then I started to live it up. I had it all. I had more friends that I knew what to do with. I had the best clothes that money could buy. I was eating like a king, and the ladies. What can I say about the ladies?
Well, here's what I can say about the ladies. None of them were really ladies. Oh yes, they may have been women, but they sure weren't ladies.
They were 2 ladies, right? There was Margot and Connie. No, they weren't ladies. There was Jane. No. Okay, yeah, come to think of it, none of them were ladies.
As I was saying...
Wait, no. There was Laura. Laura was a lady.
Yeah, a lady of the evening.
Okay, whatever. Besides that, okay, the friends, the food, the clothes, they were awesome. Until...
His money ran out about the time the whole country hit a recession.
There was no work to be found. I mean, I searched and I searched, but then I finally found myself in a job in a management position.
Wrong.
Okay, well, I was an assistant.
Wrong.
Okay, I was a bacon preparation assistant.
Which means?
Which means I worked with pigs, okay? I couldn't believe my life had come to this. I mean, most of the money that my father had given me was gone. I wasn't making any money to speak of. I had no place to live, no food to eat. There were days where I would have eaten the disgusting scraps that I had to feed to the pigs, but I couldn't. They wouldn't let me. So with hunger pains as a constant reminder of how I squandered my life away, I lived a life of misery, day after day after day after day
after day. I watched and I waited, and I yearned in my heart as only a father can for his child. But most importantly, I never gave up on him. I knew he'd come back one day. I just knew it would happen one day.
One day it hit me. My father's lowliest workers were doing better than I was. They had a place to live, food to eat. They were living like kings compared to me. So I wondered.
What if he never comes back? What if he never comes to his senses? What if I never see him again?
Day after day, I went over what I was going to do when I made it to my father's house. I went over it over and over and over again. I would walk up to him and I would ask him to take me back as one of his workers. Because I couldn't ask for a handout, and I couldn't ask him to take me back as his son. But maybe he'd let me work for him. Just maybe.
Maybe I'll be sitting here, watching and waiting, and I'll see him appear over on the horizon on his journey back home.
Home. It's a word that describes so many things. Comfort, care, security, love. And I was just a few hundred yards away from it.
It was a beautiful day. I was sitting out on the front porch, enjoying a cool breeze when I saw him.
He stood up out of his chair and looked in my direction and squinted his eyes to get a better look at me. I was wondering, Well, what did he think of me? How did he feel about me? Would he tell me, I told you so?
I told you so. I told you he would come back. None of you would listen, but I told you. I knew. I just knew.
I just knew he was going to be angry with me. The closer I got to the house, the more I knew that I made a bad decision. So I stopped.
He just stood there.
I couldn't move.
I couldn't just stand there, so...
So he jumped. He literally jumped off the porch. I'd never seen him do anything like that before. I mean, he was like a giddy little kid all happy about something. And then I realized he was excited about me. So what did I do next?
You know what I did next?
I ran.
My heart was pounding, and all I could do was run to him.
He just ran to me with his arms stretched out open wide as if to say, welcome home.
Welcome home, I shouted. But he was still too far off to hear me. But we both kept running. We just kept running toward each other. As he got closer, I could see the tears running down his face.
He was crying.
Tears of joy. You know what my son did next? He jumped.
I jumped. I literally just jumped. I was so excited, so scared. So I jumped, and my father...
I caught him.
He hugged me. He embraced me only like a father ever could. I told him, I'm so sorry. I don't deserve to be called your son.
My son is back. Bring him clean clothes, put shoes on his feet. Prepare a meal. No, a feast. For my son will no longer live life as an orphan. Today we celebrate, because all our hopes have come true.
I guess it was hope that kept me going. A hope that my father would take me back. A hope that I would be forgiven.
Forgiven. It's all forgiven. I'll never bring it up again. There's no shame. There's no anger. There's only joy. For my son was lost, but now he's found.